football archives to find the most entertaining and downright hilarious moments from the pitch. You'll witness players pulling off incredible feats of clumsiness, referees turning into acrobats, and even the occasional pitch invader making a cameo appearance. Trust me, you won't be able to keep a straight face. Hey there, football fanatics. Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the funniest moments in the beautiful game of football. Get ready to laugh, cheer, and maybe even cringe as we dive into a hilarious compilation of football's most unforgettable blunders, bloopers, and belly-aching moments. So buckle up and prepare for a side-splitting journey through the lighter side of the sport. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you never miss a moment of our football fun. And remember, laughter is the best medicine, so get ready to have your funny bone tickled and your spirits lifted. Without further ado, let's dive into the uproarious extravaganza of funny football moments. Number 10. Coach explanation of diving. Many players dive inside the box or any other section of the field in modern football to gain a penalty or an advantage. A former Manchester United star, Louis van Gaal, decided to teach his players how to dive. Mike Dean was dissatisfied with the officiating, so the manager tried to explain the issue to him. He recreated the scene and executed this incredible dive to explain better. One of the funniest moments in football ever. Number 9. Matteo Tissier versus Massimo Taibi. Massimo Taibi, without him, no compilation of hilarious football incidents would be complete. He was hired to step into Peter Schmeichel's fairly sizable shoes. Unfortunately, it was those boots, or to be more precise, their studs, that led to this mishap. He says as much. Whatever Taibi achieves with the rest of his career, England will never forget him for allowing the ball to pass between his legs following the simplest of saves. Not Peter Schmeichel, was he? Number 8. Laurent Robert versus Olivier Bernard. Two Newcastle players will appear on this list for the first time, but not the last. One of the most challenging shots in the league was made by Laurent Robert, so it will hurt when one hits you in the head from just 10 yards away. This would have been amusing even without Bernard's struggles to maintain his balance before stumbling backward and eventually hitting the ground. Robert blasted the ball as hard as he could, but Bernard's head got in the way because he had been upset with Bernard's poor play until then. Number 7. Zidane's World Cup final goal. In France versus Italy's World Cup final matchup in 2006, in extra time, the score remained equal at 1-1 until French great Zinedine Zidane scored what appeared to be the game-winning goal. Zidane successfully flicked his left foot after receiving a pass from a teammate. They threw the ball high into the Italian goal's upper corner. Zidane received a red card from headbutting Italian defender Marco Materazzi only a few minutes later. Penalties decided it, and Italy prevailed. Zidane's goal, which showcases the extraordinary talent and finesse that made him one of the best football players of all time, is hailed as one of the greatest in the World Cup history, despite the red card and the defeat. Number 6. The goal that never was. The England versus West Germany World Cup final of 1966 was a match full of exciting moments. Geoff Hurst of England fired a shot that hit the crossbar and deflected down into the goal line to draw the score at 2-2 late in extra time. The referee awarded the goal despite the German players' appeals, and England won the match 4-2. Whether the ball crossed the line is still up for question, with some contending that the goal should have been given. Despite the debate, Hurst's goal is still regarded as one of the most memorable in the annals of English football. Number 5. How big does the target need to be? Fernando Torres used to lead Chelsea's offense in the past. Although the player has scored many outstanding goals for them over his career, a miss in these situations is simply unacceptable. He squandered a clear-cut chance to score during a game between Chelsea and Manchester United. The commentator had to ask, how big does the target need to be, because it was terrible. Number 4. Khalid S3s glaring oversight. Here, MAS Fes and FAR Rabat compete for the Moroccan Cup, and custodian Khalid S3 delivers the humor. He comes to a magnificent stop and turns to greet his supporters, utterly unaware of the ball's disconcerting trajectory. The moment is enhanced by the penalty taker's joy at scoring despite having just executed such a pitiful penalty. Khalid S3's team ultimately lost the shootout by a single goal, which was unfortunate. Number 3. Paulo Dicagno does not like red cards. Paulo Dicagno is one of the best players ever in the Premier League. He may have left some more memorable recollections of all the imports. Who will ever forget his spectacular volley against Wimbledon or his superb sportsmanship in the Everton game? But before all that, he had an iconic response to getting a red card. If the referee's amusing slip and Nigel Winterburn's famed flinch aren't radical enough, consider them. Number 2. Luiz, you cheeky devil. The Brazilian fell to the ground, gripped his leg, and smiled as he seemed to be making fun of Manchester United supporters in one of the funniest football moments in history. Rafael received a red card for his deceitful action, forcing him to leave the field and enter the locker room. David Luiz later exclaimed that the reason for his laughter was not that he caused the United player to be sent off, or Sir Alex Ferguson had claimed, but rather that he was laughing at the jokes aimed at himself, as United fans had reportedly dubbed him the Sideshow Bob, who is a guest character in the show. While Man United supporters were confident that Luiz was mocking them, and even Sir Alex Ferguson had claimed that the defender was acting like a dying Swan critic. Whatever the motivation for his post-tackle smirk, David Luiz single-handedly produced one of the funniest football moments ever, for which he will always be despised by United supporters everywhere. Of course, his time at Chelsea is finished now that he represents Arsenal, a team that competes against them in the Premier League. Number 1. Tikitaka Munch. Football clubs, particularly Barcelona, have used the Tikitaka passing technique to pierce their opponent's defense by launching countless head-spinning passes all over the pitch. Additionally, we have witnessed numerous Tikitaka goals, which are now essentially familiar. How about a Tikitaka plan, though? Have you ever seen something like that? Was that among the funniest football-related incidents ever? We witnessed one of the craziest football goals ever during PSG's 6-1 demolition of Saint-Etienne, which amply demonstrated the raw strength of the Parisians. Paris Saint-Germain's third goal resulted from a humorous incident that earned him a spot on our list of the funniest football moments ever. As customary, Di Maria of PSG was attacking from the left flank and attempted a low cross from inside the box. Timothy Kalodziak, a defender of the opposing team, made every effort to clear the ball, even though the Argentine winger was headed for Neymar. However, the action was unsuccessful since the ball was deflected toward the goal after hitting his colleague. One can assume that the objective had been established, and this is it. However, the plan was scored when the ball struck the post, bounced, hit the team's custodian in the thigh, and then deflected again into the net. The PSG's players celebrated the goal like any other, making it one of the funniest moments in football history. It would be a tremendous understatement to suggest that one player was to blame for this goal because they blatantly tiki-taka'd the ball into their net. Of course, Kalodziak, 28, joined Tigres UANL and has been competing in Mexico's MX Clausura since then. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.